some of the crowd gathered for the Birmingham Roller Convention here in Louisville. A lot of noise in here. A lot of people talking birds. Record number of birds being shown in 1988. Pigeons all over the place.
Sure, I was going to come and tell us about it and show them to and show them what it means to Tony.
Well, there's not really a lot to tell. I've raised racing homers also, and I just got tired of cleaning the poop off of my metal bands at the NBRC. So I finally got a hold of one of my club members and said, where do I get it? He sent me up to the AU secretary in Maine, so I wrote him. In turn, he gave me a name in Belgium that I in turn wrote, and we started corresponding. A fellow in Belgium makes them for everybody, AU, IF, all around the world. So I in turn corresponded. He asked me for sizes. I sent him bands. We corresponded back and forth. And this is the result. He couldn't do copper this year, and we had a little problem with my writing and his interpretation of my writing. I was writing English, and he was reading Belgian. But I think the results will be they're the same size. They'll fool you, but they are the same size as your present band. Inside, I sent him a band. He matched it up, exactly the same size. I've taken it. I put our own bands over it. It's just an optical illusion that it looks bigger. It'll be nice if you put them on like this. When you're sitting down, you'll be able to see your bird's numbers. You won't have to worry about anything. The unfortunate part this year, I missed out on some of the lettering. I think it only goes to H. So we'll have some short letters. And next year, hopefully, if they are successful, we'll be able to go through the alphabet so everybody will be satisfied. 14 cents, which is a penny more than what you're getting in the metal, will save you a lot of frustration. Even if they get poop on them, just pop it and it comes right off. One nice clean mess. And that's it. I think it's well worth the time and the trouble. We'll be able to get them the same, we'll change colors every year, just like we do with the aluminum bands at the present time.
I think I told Tony and Jerry. Jerry's not here yet, Jerry Bayman. I don't think he is. He should be rolling up any time. But I told her, I said, well, we may get 100 guys here this year. And I don't think, if we don't have 100, we didn't miss it by much. And I think all you guys deserve a lot of credit for just showing up, and we hope we all have just a fantastic time. After a couple other things, then we'll go into the agendas as far as what we're going to do today and tomorrow. Right now, I'd like for Jim Snyder, who runs our video library, to maybe give you a little idea in person of what we have in the library, availabilities, and upcoming items and so forth. Jim Snyder.
Okay, right now we just came out with a new tape for the video library. It's the Northwest International Fly. Bill Barrett and George Mason came over and they judged 44 kits in the Northwest area this year. And we put together a 4-hour tape from that. Quite a bit of fly, but quite a bit of shots of the people and the lofts and the general area up there. So I think everybody will enjoy it. The older tapes, we've got Carl's second video. We have, which goes into structure on birds, shows a simple hawk trap, hawk trap to build, and quite a few other things that Carl talks about spinning and difference in tumbling and rolling. We also have Rick Shaning's first English video that Rick went over and interviewed the guys over in England, and they go into quite a bit of detail about competition feeding and the way they do it over there. And a lot of people have gotten quite a bit out of it, done some experimenting with their feeding and everything else, and I think they've really enjoyed it. And then from last year, we have the National Young Bird Show video from '87. Have some slow motion stuff in there that everybody seems to enjoy pretty well. Have the introduction for everybody, the presentations for George Valiska and Roger Baker from last year. And it's a real good video with some good shots of the birds and everybody that was down here last year. So if anybody wants to pick up some, I have some with me, and they'll stretch a little ways. If everybody wants one, I don't have enough, but I do have a few with me. And we'll be filming for this year, which Rex Haas is helping me out with right now, and in a month or so, we'll be having the 88 Youngbird show, so you can all get videos of yourself standing down here talking rollers with everybody. So, and that's about it for that.
The next item we've got is I'd like to bring Roger Baker up. We have an award that we'd like to give. We'd like to bring Roger up to make that award, and I'd like for him to read for us, to make this presentation. This is our first presentation. This is what this is about, is honoring those people that have done a lot of special things for all of us.
I'm not used to talking, of course, but I don't know why in the dickens they would give Joanne Valeska a beer mug. Beer? Huh, that's a German beer mug.
That's not all of it, Roger.
No, we got quite a bit yet. As long as we got up here, we're going to bring Danny over here. She made it known that she would like to have a pair of blue-layed pigeons. So I got them. She's got them, or hers.
She's been looking at those birds ever since they've been here.
I have. They are so pretty. Thank you. Oh, Roger.
Of course, she doesn't know how much the village I'm going to send.
Hey,
They sell for $500 a pair.
Oh, they're so pretty.
I was going to bring, I was going to bring Wally up here to do one for us. And maybe we can get Frank to do one for us. Okay. See how special? This is one of those very special things. You know, there are individuals in our sport that over the long haul have made so many contributions and made things so great for the rest of us. And it's a little thing that we can do. It's a very small thing we can do for people that have made it so wonderful for the rest of us. Some of us that are younger look at some of these older guys and we say, boy, they've been around forever. And they have. Like for Wally, he's one of these old timers. We'd like for Wally to make our first Hall of Fame induction for this year. Let him read this. Can you read that, Wally?
Be it known unto all that on this day, October 29th, 1988, that Frank Dallas has been invited into the National Birmingham Roller Club Hall of Fame. Frank has been a true friend of the roller industry throughout his many years of sport. One of his first members of the Canton, Ohio Roller Club, a club that is still active today and possibly the oldest of all local clubs in these days. When the flying roller was exhibited in the show pen, our friend Frank was a certified judge and is still certified today. If there is a flying event, you may very well see Frank and his good friend Wally Forth there in attendance. If all fanciers showed the kindness, concern that Frank has for the his fellow fanciers, we would all be better for it. Thanks, Frank, for being a friend. Frank Dallas is inducted into the Hall of Fame and member of Rich Company. Frank is one of the best.
Hey, Frank, I want to shake your hand. Congratulations.
Show it to him, Frank.
Thank you, brother.
Hey, show it to him. Isn't he wonderful?
Congratulations, Frank.
Well, buddy. Join the club.
Our next inductee at this moment has not arrived here. Mr. Plain. But George Valeska is going to come up and make a presentation for him and accept for him as well.
Being known unto all that this day, October 29th, 88, that Charles Albaugh has been inducted into the National Birmingham Roller Hall of Fame. Charlie has been active in the sport of performing rollers and roller clubs. He is a past director, director at large, president, vice president, and if there were not enough secretary and treasurers of the NBRC. When our club was falling to one of its lowest points from a membership and financial standpoint, Charles was there. He talked me, George Valeska, into putting out the bulletin, put up the money to start us all over again. $1,000 out of his own pocket. We can all see where our club is today, at the top of the fancy and holding strong. Thank you, Charlie, for being a friend. Charles Albaugh is inducted into the Hall of Fame in memory of Ralph Hilton.
We wish Charlie could be here to accept it, but like I say, things happen with the plane.
Over next to the
Jim?
If you
The way the Hall of Fame worked is we accepted nominations to a committee, which if you are in the Hall of Fame, which George Valeska and Roger Baker are two inductees from last year, the president and vice president of the club sit on that committee. We take the nominations and then we vote. We vote in order, and then we take the top 5, and then we take, out of those top 5, we try to arrive at 1 or 2. The second place finisher has to have at least 75% the total that the first place finisher had to induct both. If that doesn't occur, then we only induct one nominee. I think it's really thoughtful. I think it's an honor to be mentioned with the two fellows that went in this year. And I think there's no sense going into who were the final 5, but I thought it'd be nice to have the people that were nominated to step forward, and I think they deserve a round of applause too. And before that, those people are still eligible for the coming year. All right? Let's let Jim call those names up and bring those people up.
Okay, the people we had nominated for this year were Jim Peterson.
Jim?
Okay, Charlie Albaugh, who was awarded the Hall of Fame this year. Wally Fort. Okay, Frank Dallas. Ron Kumro, who is not here right today, I assume. Okay. Greg Sale. No. Tony DeCero. E.A. Davis and Chan Grover. The one other nominee was Carl Hardesty, but Carl, being in the presidency, was not eligible at this time. And that's nominees for 1988.
Okay, our agenda. That takes care of the awards. Okay. All right. Does anybody not have a map that needs a map? If you need a map, let's see what we can work out up here, because we're out of copies. Our agenda. Let's go over the agenda real quick so everybody knows what's going on. We leave here and we go to Joe Marlette's house, fly some birds. Then we go to Tony DeCero's house, fly some birds. Then Tony has some food for us. Snack trays and so
Go there first.
Go there first now. All right. After all this is over, whatever amount of time it takes, at that point you can either stay in Louisville, come down to the Owensboro area tomorrow, or you can come to the Owensboro area after that or tonight. We talked to the people at Best Western. I think they've got plenty of room, or you can stay wherever you want to stay. Sunday morning, 8 o'clock. That's the thing to remember, 8 o'clock Owensboro time, which is an hour under here. Or it's 9 o'clock here, 8 o'clock down there. Okay. There's also a time change tonight, so everybody remember the time change. We start at my house at 8 o'clock, which is on the map. Then we go to Jerry Bayman's, the Junie Wedding, which is in the Owensboro area, and at that point right there, we'll cut off from there, and then we have our big picnic. At the picnic, we have barbecue chicken, mutton, burger, all kinds of cakes and pies and all the other stuff. If you don't get full, it's your fault. Okay? We have kits of birds to give away, which we're going to do that through a raffle. Okay? Then at that point, we're going to have some birds that are going to be auctioned. We invited anybody that wanted to bring some birds up. We'd bring them up and auction them. They'll have an asking price. Then anything above that goes into the NBRC fund. Any questions? Anybody have any questions?
Did you mention about the free?
What? Yeah. Also, when we fly the kits, Joe Marlette we need to thank Joe Marlette for some of his efforts too. Where is Joe?
Joe's gone. He's getting his birds ready.
Okay, Joe's injecting his birds with steroids right now.
Do we need? Yeah, did you go to the Indian?
But Joe put a lot of effort into it. Tony did. Jerry Bayman, myself, George Valeska, any of the local guys down here, local guys down in our areas. There's been a lot of work in putting this thing on. Jim Steiner has done considerable coordinating for us. There's a point I was driving at. What was it?
We're glad.
We're
All
glad.
the work
No.
you did, we appreciate it because it makes it well.
Joe Marlette. Joe Marlette built display cages for us. What we're going to do at each place before we fly is we're going to put the birds out into a display area where you can look at them. That way you don't have 900 people up in a loft that'll hold 10. That's it. Now let's all get together and figure out how we're getting over to Joe Marlette's house.
Can I have the floor for half a second?
Sure.
Just having the display cage for everybody to see what birds are going to fly. I would like to make all of us judges, okay? In the back of your mind, every place you go, there's going to be 5 people fly. Remember the guy's name, where you flew? I want to, tomorrow when they have the drawing for the kit, when you write your name on your piece of paper, I want everybody to, if you would, put down what you thought was the best bird you saw, any place you went, just the name of the flyer, and try to describe the bird so the man will know what was the best individual bird, just for a fun thing. So keep that in mind for me, okay?
Hey, one last.
Huh?
You talking about before you fly? You talking about the birds that are displayed or what?
No, I want when they're in the air. I want everybody to pick out the best bird they saw flying.
We get it then?
No.
I get to keep the bird and you can pick it out. Hey, no, the last thing we want to do, and I think this is really important, because last year we didn't get everybody on film that we'd like to. You're looking at everybody. I'm looking at Jim Miller. I know Frank Dallas. I've known him for at least 6 months, a couple of years. I know a lot of you guys, but there are people out there that aren't here. I met Paul Vaughn for the first time. I've always heard about Paul, won the meeting. There are guys out there that would like to know what you look like, how northern, how hick you sound, or whatever, or just anything about you.
How about both?
Both.
Northern and hick.
Yeah. So what we like to do is bring the camera up here. Everybody get in a row and come by and introduce yourself and tell where you're from. We did it last year, and I think a lot of people enjoyed that. Okay? Greg, let's come up here. Let's get everybody.
Norton, Ohio.
Thank you, Frank. Thank you.
I'm Jim Miller from Barberton, Ohio.
I'm Walter Harder from Ohio in the summer and Nokomis, Florida in the winter.
Roger Baker, Rosebud, Arkansas. Burl Adams, Portsmouth, Ohio.
Rex Haas, Anson, Texas.
Hello, Ellis McDonald, Roll Tide Lofts, Dora, Alabama.
Jim Christopher, Piedmont, Alabama.
Chuck Burns, Montgomery, Alabama.
Larry Fowler, Richmond, Michigan.
Jim Sherwood, Norton, Ohio.
I need help.
North Canton, Ohio. Hi, I'm John Millman from Villa Ridge, Missouri.
Brad Oberholzer, East Palestine, Ohio.
Ron Banks, Ellsworth, Ohio.
Richard Miller, Attica, Ohio.
John Withridge, Lee Center, New York.
Danny Henry from Jacksonville, Arkansas, originally Gadsden, Alabama.
Russ Rose from Langsburg, Michigan.
Donald Lawrence, Menominee, Michigan.
Otis Robinson, Chevrolet, Indiana.
Charlie Faulkner, Nashville, Indiana.
Ray Alcorn, Indianapolis, Indiana.
Esther Bruce, Florence, Kentucky.
John Burnett, Owensboro, Kentucky. How you doing, Carl?
Robert Lane, new member from Simsonia, Kentucky.
Larry Slotman, Samsonia, Kentucky. David Love, Monroe, North Carolina.
James Turner, Greenwood, South Carolina.
Lowell Hammond, Oklahoma City.
George Patterson, Carthage, North Carolina. J.B. Patterson, Danville, Virginia, home of Dan River Fabrics.
Don Simpson, Anderson, South Carolina.
Bill Black, Sedgwick, Kansas. Paul Vaughn, LaGrange, Missouri.
Vaughn Suling, Concord, Illinois.
James Brewer, Robbins, North Carolina.
Stanton Humphreys from Macomb, Illinois. I'm probably the worst guy here. Bruce Flogger, Darlington, Maryland.
Jim Peterson, Davenport, Iowa. Paulie Robinson, Waterloo, Iowa.
Terry Duffy, Springfield, Illinois.
Len Tempest, La Pan, Texas. Pleasure to be here.
I've already been through.
Dan Massey, Muncie, Indiana.
Joe Bob Stuka, Birmingham, England.
Joe Hayes, Indianapolis, Indiana.
George Whirling, Southville, Indiana.
Cecil Branscombe, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma.
Jack Lawyer, Indianapolis, Indiana.
John Payne, Jacksonville, Arkansas.
Mickey and Martha Adams from Chardon, Ohio. Thank you.
Bill Cook, West York, PA.
Thomas Robinson, Spring Grove, Pennsylvania.
Luther Snell, Stoverstown, Pennsylvania.
Tony DeCero, Sellersburg, Indiana.
George Velisca, Delta, Pennsylvania.
Lewisport, Kentucky.
John Velisca, Delta, Pennsylvania.
Jim Schneider family from Alamogordo, New Mexico.
Drop that out of your face.
Will you please get back? I just blew it.
What happened? What happened?
We're recording on this, so.
Red light's on, I can see it.
We had it on when we thought we had it on. We had it on when we had it on. Hey, come on. Come on. That's a hawk out in that.
You don't watch that.
Okay, everybody.
Are you gonna get it?
Go ahead. Come on up, Tony.
I'm gonna get it 3. Okay. We got 3 stairs. We'll get her going.
Hey, JD, wait for Daddy. Wait for Daddy. Go ahead, Daddy, wait for him.
Man, this will be an Inquirer, will it?
Sunday morning.
This is Joe Marlette's Kit Birds.
Good shape today, Bobby. Good shape.
You probably hadn't seen that many roller people in your yard before.
Hey, Joe, I wish you'd get some spinners.
You gonna get them kitten, Joe?
Oh, yeah.
Look out.
Yeah. And now the champ goes up. There goes the champ.
Yeah.
He's bad shape today. Bad shape.
I like to swim all day long.
We met at a showdown.
Really? You had problems? Yeah.
Right. Don, he's good.
Yeah.
Anything else? Yeah. Good. I knew you were
Good building.
I can enjoy it more today. I can enjoy it more today. You ain't have to worry about all that. Not getting no height, Dorothy. Huh? Get on up.
Get everybody clap their hands up, flying.
Beautiful day.
Start clapping.
Flying. Not doing it, sir. You're actually losing time. Quick. Yeah. Take them off. Right. These are good times. It's like winding up a string.
Go out there.
Hey, there they go.
Yeah.
Whatever it's up.
He did that clip.
Coffee pot's on, we're finding beans and flies and birds. Can't do no more than that. You got the right time, you might intercept the ball. Come this year, he's got a good roller man next to him to take care of his.
It's Elvin, Joe, St. Louis.
We'll fly.
Joe from St. Louis. We got Joe from St. Louis around here? Joe?
Joe.
Joe from St. Louis. Joe from St. Louis.
Elvin.
Or Alvin from St. Louis. That's me.
No, you're not here.
Evidently, we don't have any questions.
Yeah. Why?
Highway 144, bridge right off. Tavern called Mason's Tavern. You stay on 144 a couple miles, and then you'll see a road going to the left. The back road called 1389. Go about 69 third miles. It's got mile markers. When you pass the 6 mile marker, start on the right.
I can't text someone there. Got 2 or 3 of them that I'm watching. They're pretty recent. If they do one day he came down and found it on the farm.
Like that?
Yeah, we want you in there. Don't hide.
Our next stop was at Tony DeCero's Flying Circus Loft. The Hawks had zeroed in on Tony's kits, and he was having quite a time trying to get his birds to perform.
Oh, they'll be up for a couple hours.
About 2 weeks ago.
Some days they just, I never see them anymore until the evening. I don't know whether they go out catting around. I check their feet in the evening. I don't think so. Are those sharks in?
Tony had at least 10 hawk attacks within a 3-hour period by as many as 3 hawks on Friday afternoon, and his birds were still spooked quite a bit. Here's one of the reasons for that erratic flying that his kit was doing. But at least Tony didn't have the problems that he might have had, as we'll see in a couple of minutes.
Could be shells, but probably not.
You know, Tony, things could have been quite a bit worse if you would have had a few of these guys in your backyard. And, of course, these guys might have brought a few friends along for lunch. I don't think even Tony can raise enough birds to feed this group. Let's be thankful not too many of us have to put up with predators of this number. They'd definitely get rid of all our rollers.
Cheryl's loft, he just flagged up some of his dunnocks. These are some of John's kit birds he's going to be flying here.
Yeah, I gave him to another guy. He told me the same thing. He didn't know me, and I used to know for a long time.
I'm sorry, Tony Skitbirds. Joe Marlette made up these cages, did a real good job on them.
Oh, no, you raise these laces? No. March. I don't feel like you. What do you got? March. Holy cow. No, blue laces. You broke it. Yeah. Odie raised those for me. That happened. Odie Robinson. Your staff.
I raised up there.
No, I don't see him. I'm going to try to raise some this year. Got a black cock that came from Blue Lace. From the Blue Lace, and I'll be able to raise Blue Lace.
No. I just like it. I do. I like it.
Tony whistling his Dunnocks down.
Watch this one. Oh. See, I don't like these. I'm watching one way up there. I think there's a red and white still left, isn't there?
Oh, I do.
Was it my roller? Simpson chased it up on purpose. Come on.
They're all down now.
All by itself. It's not
Yeah. 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 Yeah, they're Odie's, and I want. Is Joe here? Are we ready to go?
Yeah, Joe's
Are we ready to go?
Yeah, we've been ready.
Carl, are we ready to go?
For 6 years, Sean.
You're doing a pretty good record.
Yeah, I just. Oh, I do.
I want to collect it. No, let me get this. I'm like all roller people. I want to make one excuse. The birds have been locked up for 3 weeks, and that's it. That's all I can tell you.
One of Tony's lofts here. This is where he keeps some of his kits. I'll show you a little bit of the inside of it later.
Hey, have you done this? Is that out Florida? Then we can get double. But it's a couple like that there. Yeah, I
I don't believe this is the kid he flew yesterday.
nothing to
There you go. Go with the hair.
I can't get mine hanging.
That blue checker white flight?
Yeah,
Okay.
Swims real nice and fast. Right, and then there she goes. Short, is it?
The one I'm on was just, that's the one I was on the first time.
Yeah. I have a camcorder and I've never used it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Panasonic.
Right.
One of these days I'm going to do it.
Well, it takes a little bit of a knack to play with it.
I don't think you're going to see anything better than what we saw this morning. I don't think you're going to see anything better than what we saw this morning.
Not today.
Joe Marley come over?
Not yet.
He's coming. He's waiting till everybody clears out of his place.
Yeah. That was it. See it? Snail just went?
No, I was on another bird.
He just went real good.
All right, George.
Inbreeding, and I'm finally, after all these years, convinced that they have got to be.
You talking about establishing a
really,
similarity?
Yeah, to really know what you're going to get, you've got to do more than that. So many of my years, I played in the backyard by myself. I never really took it seriously, and I could have learned a lot more than I did faster.
Well, you're being awful successful right now for someone who's not satisfied with what he's doing.
Well, I wouldn't say that I'm not satisfied, but I'm continually trying to do better.
Oh yeah.
My young birds this year have been a disaster. I've lost some overflies and hawks, and I'm just running short on those young birds.
This is Tony's Flying Circus Lofts, and he's got a real nice setup here for his kit birds that he holds in here. There's the cage he released out of just a little while ago. He's got that kit down and back in the kit pen right now. We'll wander in here for a minute and take a look at how he's got this set up inside. Okay, Tony's got 3 different kit pins in here. He uses box perches, and some of them are up against the wall, and he's got wire dividing the pin. So some of them are up against the chicken wire. Looks like he uses 1x4s for his box perches. Got some nice body type birds in here. I'd like to thank Tony for the wonderful meal he set out for everybody. Next year I'm going to have to get somebody to make a plate up for me so I can get some before it's all gone. Seems like I'm always out talking pigeons or shooting with a camera. By the time I get inside, all the food's all disappeared. Thanks a lot, Tony. We'll see you next year. The next stop on our trip was at Carl Hardesty's lofts. Everybody seemed to have a real nice drive through the fall and autumn colors, going down through Indiana, down to Carl's place in Kentucky. And we got to see some nice birds down at Carl's, so we'll take a look at them now.
You see him on the ground real quick, Charlie?
Yeah, we'll take a picture. Yeah, looks just like mine.
How many birds you got in there, Carl?
You ready?
How many birds you got in there?
30 something. I'm not. 32, I think. Might be.
Yeah, go ahead.
30 to go. It'll probably take a little while to settle down, man. Well, I think sitting in that cage probably got them pretty high. It ain't here today. We started out sort of. Well, not now. Get the competition. See what I'm supposed to look like. Hello, Joey. Not on the road, just directions. Come over this way, kid. How deep is it? Very smart. Oh, I know. 35, 40. You said around 30. Sure. 30 something. It's that almost when you fly 11 and put out about 5 or 6. Yeah, that'd be my whole young bird team right there.
They went a nice blue check there.
watch out.
Yeah. Yeah, they're almost all 88s, I'm sure.
I'll tell you, fighting that wind is hard to tell.
It sure is.
You gotta start putting them in a loft.
I see it's love that. Because I have to take the tree every time I want
Have you got the sound on that thing?
It always runs.
Oh my God.
Oh boy, we got
Oh,
numbers
what
on
did you
tape.
want
Now
to
the
show?
world knows. He's got some good birds here.
They're looking pretty good today.
But I'll get you a letter off.
Okay.
You know, at the
Same ones
in
I
the
watch
spring
when
when
it's
I
real nice.
fly some of them and get some more to go.
It doesn't take them long to lose some of that zip once they fight their wind a little bit. Doesn't
No, take it out of them.
All they've had is breadcrumbs, rice to eat. I'm not sure if one of the targets is coming out.
Yeah, that'd be an interesting thing. Just the thing you touched on a minute ago when somebody asked me how deep that bird was. I didn't see all of it into the gym. I said 15 to 25 feet, but they're really taller than that, aren't they?
Stopped midstream and went right on. Didn't hesitated.
It'd be hard to say which one was the best one in there. Because of the wind. Strength of size, so. Now that's the right height. I can look at that, but they don't actually look too bad coming in. Now that's right height. Yeah. The trouble is, I think you're going to catch some trees. But it seems like you can sacrifice the graceful kind of roll looking for velocity. In other words, you get the birds that rip and you can hear them, and yet they don't look as graceful rolling sometimes as the. We were talking about that in letters, I think, Jim.
Yes.
About sometimes you get that kind of a choppy thing. And I've had some there's some velocity in that last one there.
Yeah, there's a way to watch it. See those flights? Those white flights on that bird?
Yeah. There were some revs. That bird had some revs. I didn't see any hole, but he was revving.
Yeah, but you see the white flights were here, and they were down here, and here, and down here. They can't be down there if they're flopping their wings.
Jim, you know, if you would find that they could come up with a device now that it takes half And it's funny, some of the things like we're just talking there, a lot of guys say, oh, stuff don't interest me, it's too technical for him. And they say, well, maybe we'll do something with our rollers about it. And all of a sudden everybody perks up. You know, well, let's learn about this. How do we do this? You know, something applied to rollers is a lot more interesting, right? You forget it's cold when you're flying up. Are you cold? I forgot all about it. I pulled out the heavier jacket this morning. Well, you know, you sure can't fault these birds for strength and vitality. They just put a lot into this fly, and they haven't looked like they just been down. A lot of strength. They'll just tell you, yeah, so to speak. No, well, I did, but I sent it to Maryland.
He's surely going to pass them out. Why?
Don't you have any pockets, Gus?
Yeah.
Well.
Grocery sack.
Oh, it's hard to do. I just.
And they stay together pretty good for big kids, that.
Yeah.
I don't know how you guys get the sun to shine in the north, but it sure does.
Who you talk about, guys?
Yeah, no, these
Is
fellas
it
live
north of
around
you?
here. That
We got South Carolina, New Mexico. Al and Anna Peterson. He's older than I am. In fact, he's retired. That goes without saying.
or pulled over. Funny.
Yeah, do you teach?
No. No, I supervise the computer room at an area education agency. We support the school with data processing services. I have taught at junior college 9 courses on data processing. Pardon me?
Several of these guys.
Okay, I misunderstood you then. I thought you were saying you were going to just, to edit it and pull excerpts.
Have you still got copies of? Oh, okay. Yeah.
Started putting my old birds back up in the sky. That's why I'm good with the kids. Fred tried to call you. Yeah, he missed me, but he never did.
Yeah, the wind just picked back up here. But they're doing pretty good. They're staying right here by the loft.
I seen some of them go.
Yeah.
They will. They'll spin a roll.
I like to track down a little dot on the head. Yeah. The other guy, somebody else picked the one with the band.
I don't see that. You see that behind?
Really?
Oh, he twizzled.
I was just like, well, way. Both your brothers just down and hit the ground. One block on the left. He went over. I can stop it. Yeah, I'd put it. I can take it. Put the one that does the back to the operator slow down. Next to the control board. Those lights. Good about this man. Hey, how many did you get rolled down before you got that?
Now tell me, they don't give you
All of them. No, in fact, no. There wasn't any that I know of that rolled down, but I got rid of a lot.
He's going to start tomorrow. You get in here.
Here's all the people leaving Carl Hardesty. That's Carl's wife Pam there. She always comes out, brings coffee to everybody, and real good hostess.
The next stop of the day and the last kit for the day was at Jerry Bayman's house. Jerry had also had some hawk problems, and his birds were kind of skittish, but they went real high, and everybody just stood around waiting for him to come down for a while. Jerry showed some good birds to us earlier in the week, and we've got a little bit of footage of that, so we'll put that in the tape here at the end of the video for Jerry. Everybody will get to see his birds work a little bit more.
We're over at Jerry Bayman's house. These are some lawn chairs he's got that they're extremely nice for watching these rollers fly.
I'll say something good about the birds.
Oh yeah, they're looking good. This is where you dream about them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the way I have to do with mine.
That's great. What do you charge for these?
More than you can afford.
Get to ride in one of these chairs.
Jerry putting up his kid over at Jerry Bayman's house. A little bit breezy over here today.
Boy, the wind's blowing, I might have to turn these around now.
I was thinking something.
You guys being right, Rick. Somebody have to turn it around. I turned it around, Alex. I was hoping I wouldn't have to do that. Oh, baby.
Birds are up real high. There's Carl. Some of the crowd around here.
Eat it all for him.
Yeah, you don't run a race. You don't run a race though after you do you?
No, I do this right here.
Yeah, that's right. That's
You know, I'm old stock cop.
What's my way?
When I use recognition, I'm not able to get mine. I don't. I'm not really. But you get weak. Okay. Right now, I can't.
That's a spread ash red. Well, the little red badge head. Boy, she's a good little bird. Yeah. That's the best. We have about 20 birds in the room. That's the best bird.
There's a cock. I don't know which one of these fellas got him.
These are some gas at Jerry's place.
Oh, yeah.
First at every pigeon gathering, you normally have pigeons.
Hey, Charles, you gotta get these in line.
Tony DeCero there put on a real good feed yesterday over at his house. Everybody had a good time and sat around and talked rollers for a couple hours there after his birds were flying.
What do you think about this?
He was Holly for a while. And then he reared back one of them other ones.
Hey, Ellis. Yeah. Just stick that one underneath your shirt there. Thank you, good. Leave the good one.
I tell you right now, we babysit.
The last event of the day was the NBRC auction. We had a number of birds that people had brought down to be auctioned off, and the additional money above and beyond the asking price was donated to the NBRC for the cost of the NBRC convention for 1988. As you'll see, everybody had a good time, and we all really enjoyed the auction. Maybe next year you'll be there and enjoy it with us.
Very proud of going on. They're trying to get people to select some of the best kits and best birds that were flown for this weekend.
Jerry, you put in two birds, right? Right. What we got in your bag? How many are there? 12. You? 19 plus Jerry's two. The first kit will get the honor. The second one will always go to the 10 bird kit. 11 bird kit and 10 bird kit. Is everybody? Yeah, that's right. Has everybody got it? Everybody got them in here.
Did you put the bird on the back?
Everybody got put it Everybody got one in here.
Everybody got in there? Are we allowed to put it in too?
No, right now.
Sure. Yes. Really? Yeah.
I'm gonna put it in. I want everything. You want everything?
Right here, Tony. You got a vote if you put it in.
Yellow stripes.
Okay.
Okay.
Drawn already?
I put my card in.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
You got one over here.
There you go, Jim.
Where, Davey?
Where,
Davey? Is everybody?
They won't holler at women if they don't get drawn out.
Thank you.
Is everybody got
Yeah. Can't describe the bird push the law.
Everybody got
Can we put more than one?
Yeah, I'm going.
no, legally.
Is everybody in? We're going to have the drawing. What's your name? Nikki's going to draw.
Hey, before Nikki draws, would anybody blame this little girl for not drawing their name? I got it. All right.
There you go, Nikki.
You handle it. Hey, the first drawing is for 11 birds.
That's a good girl. Can you read it? Barn shooting.
All right.
Well, I'll be there.
Next guy gets the 10 birds.
Well, you get to draw another one.
Oh, she's going to work herself to death.
We'll have to divide these up. Difference between the two
Good.
guys.
Can you read it? Open it up and read it.
You don't know what's on there?
She might be fool you. Tom.
Every Tom.
John. Which field? Withridge.
Withridge?
Yeah, that's me.
All right.
New York. Thank you. I'll go tally up the vote.
Okay.
How many first? Take it right one right now.
I'll take another one of mine. Take another one of these young ones.
I'm taking them back.
Go ahead.
All right. There's anybody that's interested in the auction. Okay? All right, this bird comes from Tony DeCero. Tony, you want to tell me anything about it? Let's just sit here.
Oh, it's just
It's your bird.
Beautiful hatch. March hatch, people out on the loft. It's a cock bird. Spinning, about 10 feet. That's it. Instead of a good pair of breeders that I've had in the cage for 3 or 4 years. That's the best I can tell you with it.
Okay, now before we start anything, let me try and explain something to you. It's up to each individual that brings the birds up for auction what they want for them. Anything above that goes to the NBRC treasury. Tony, what do you want?
15.
Start at 15. Birds worth $15, anybody?
Nobody.
15? $15? $15. 16, 17? Anybody else? Anybody else? 15, yours.
Hey, Carl.
Yeah. Who did?
Oh, I was late.
That's fine. Shoot. Sure? Okay. All right. Tony? Yes, sir. Come here. Anything above it goes to the NBRC treasury. $15.
Whose bird was that?
$16. It's Carl's bird. 16. This man's got 16 right here. 17. 17. $17. $18. 19.
20.
20. Get some money in the treasury, NBRC treasury. $20. 21.
22.
22.
The blue bar ball.
22. 22. 22.
I got it.
You let the clock die, bird.
23.
23. 24. I'll go to 25. You got it.
25. I think you want those. $25. Once. Twice. Sold.
Good. Put it back in the cage.
Okay. Okay, a little blue chick. White card. 15? 15.
15.
I got 15 right here.
Oh, I thought we asked it again.
Nah, Tony Gwynn's got 15.
16.
16. 17.
Carl.
John might have some.
Got any more, Jane?
17? What, I got 17?
Yeah.
17? Tony, your bird. Take, let Greg handle or Steve can handle whoever. $15? $20 right here. $20? 25 in the back. I got 25. 25. Your bird. The blue bar flight. $15? $15. I got 15. Tony. $20. Wally Ford. 21. 21. I got 21. 22. I got 22. 22. 23. 23. I got 23 over here. 24. I got 24 in the back. 25. Got 25 right over here. 26 in the back. 26. This is it right there. I got one more bird.
No, that was mine. I got you.
One more. Start check.
26.
27. 20. I got 27. 27. 28. 28. 29. I got 29. I got 30. That's your bird. Last bird. How are you? Last one. $15. Yeah. I got 15 right over here. I got $20 right here. I got 25 right over here. I got 26 right here. I got 27 right here. 27. 28. 29. I got $30 right here. All right. All right.
Full-blooded jacket that's out of my job. Another one was raised very young. I don't think they're long. They come with pedigree, and we can give you a further background. I think you like on their insect. $10, Bob. $10 each.
15.
Are they checking that first? With pedigree.
How much this is about? 25. 26. 27.
That's for the pair. One bird. One bird. He's on.
I stare. We're 27 on one. All right, Joe, what are they?
$10.
We're 27. What are they?
With pedigree.
Jockinets with pedigree.
We're 27
Hey, where we at?
28 now.
28. Got 28. Let's go. 28. 30. Got 30. 31. 31. Got 31. Money goes to NBRC if they can put what the guy has. 31. 32. No, you got 30. You got 32 and 33. We can work this out. 32. 30. Who's got 33? 33 right here. 34. I've got 34. 34. Going. 35. Where we get 35? 35 right here. Looking good. That's a good looking bird. 35. 36. I got 36 over here. Go ahead. I'll go get 36. 36 once. Go ahead. I'll go get twice. So, keep it up, George. I'll get a picture of that. Here's the money. Right. He wants a picture of the bird. That's okay. Got another here? Hey, Joe. Joe. Yeah, let's get another bird out. Yeah, Carl. All right.
Well, this looks better than the other. This is better than the other. I bet this is $15.
15, right?
15
Oh, man. Y'all think about what you're doing now. Okay, you bid 15. Don't be left out. 20. 20. We got 20 right now. 25. 25 right here. Got 25. We got 25. 25 once. 30. 30. I got 30. 35. 35. 35. It's working, guys. It's working. 35. Once. 36. 36.50. I got 38. I got 38 right over here. I got 40. I got 40. 40 once. 40 twice. Sold. How about that, Joe?
These are some Larry Fowler's birds he brought down.
That's also, that's out of the grizzles in there. It's Munson bird, and that's a little bit older, and that one's starting to spin. The other one was a squeaker. That's, you know, you look at it, it's grizzle.
$15, what, $5? We got $5?
Yeah, $5. They'll spin. They'll all spin.
Oh, looks like a bird I saw at your house, John. Right here, you had at your house? Pretty good. I got 5. I got 5 right here. 5, 10, 10. Where'd I hear 11? I got 11 right here. 11. $11.
That's
$11.
top one.
11 once.
That's Joe's top one, yeah. That's
So,
Jerry, would you do me a favor? Will you sell that dark check cell and a hen with a red spiral bed together as a pair?
This one right here?
Yeah, they're old birds. They grow good youngsters, and there's a red check cell with a red spiral band. That's originally right down from the dark check is right from they're old birds. They're about 8 years old. They're still filling eggs, and they raise good birds. They've never been mated to anybody but themselves.
These go back to Munson?
10 to the side of 10, right.
These birds go back to Bob Munson. You got a pair, guys.
They're about 8 years old. The cock is at least 8 years old. The hen, I would guess, probably 7.
Bob Munson birds.
Good spring.
I got $20 right here. I got $20 right here. Pair. It's a pair. I got $20 right here. 20. $20 once, twice, 25 right here, Mr. Castro. 25. I got 30 right here. Got a pair, match pair. I got 30 right here. 30. Once, twice. Your first.
Disregard the name ban on him because the guy's no longer in birth. He had to get out of him. The name ban's still on him. If you want to call him, he'll talk to you. He'll tell you more about him.
Swing bird.
That's all you'll get out of that pair is checks of bronze wings with a white tail feather, a couple of white flies or something like that. Hobby little birds just like that.
5. Got 5 right here. 10. I got 10. I got 10. I got 10. Who's this? Larry Feller. I got $10. $10 once, twice, John. Is that a hand? You didn't really got it. All right, great. Is that a hand? Larry, is this a hen? That's great.
Yeah, that's a hen. She's got a name being on it. She's raised by Jerry Adams. She's got a telephone number on it. Call him and ask him. I don't know. I see it. Out of those birds, it's a short spirit. It's very infrequent, I guess.
Anything with feathers on it is worth $5. Jump on the bridge, Owensboro Bridge. $5. We're looking for $5. $5. Got 2 bands. I got $5 right here. I got $5. Here we go. $5. I got 6. Jody Cartons. I got $6. 6. Once. I got 10 right here. $10. 10. Once. Twice. Your bird. Okay, listen up. Listen up. Listen up. Hey. Step up here, Vaughn. Step up there, Vaughn. Some of you know Vaughn Schuling, some of you don't. Vaughn was the lucky guy that won one of the kits. Well, show you what kind of guy Vaughn is. He's going to dump the birds right back in, and we're going to auction them off. The young birds that he just won a few minutes ago are going right back in to be auctioned. All right?
Proceeds go back to the club.
All proceeds go back to the club. What do you say? I think that's great.
I think that's right. One at a time, right?
Hey, let's start with $5. We got a little cream bar. Look at that. Hey, cream bar. Who'd the cream bar come from? Where's Ray? Who'd the cream bar come from?
Ray!
Ray! You gonna tell them about the cream bar?
Ohio birds, Kowalski or something like that, and Paul Bond.
Kowalski, Paul Bond. Paul's in here. What? I got $5. Where have I got it? I got 5 right here. Yeah, I got 10 right here from John Castro. I got $10. Where's 11? Right here. I got 11 right here. 15. 15. I got 15 right over here. 15. 17. I got 17 right here. 17. I got $20 right here. $20. 22. 22 right here. I got 22. 22. 22. 50. John Castro. 22. 75. We'll take quarters down. There goes 76. I was going to say, you $25.
A little older than that, halfway through. Feel it. They're clumsy. They're nice little birds.
Finished up our national convention. Boxing. 6. I got 6.
This is all for the club, right?
It's all for the club. Everything's going back to the club. Got 6. 6. Let's go.
You ain't got much food here today.
I got 7. Greg Hagan. 7. 7. 8. I got 8. I got 8 with Wally. $8. 8. Once. 10. 10. All right. I got 10. I got 10. Once. Twice. Come on, let's go.
Castro, you're in. John finally got a bird.
All right. This is a little red bar. Young bird. John Burnett, one of our local flyers. I can't tell you anything about the bird. He's a local guy who flies our pigeons. Got a little red bar started at $5. 5. I got 5 right here. 5. 5 once. Twice. 6. Go. All right.
Now she probably won't do anything.
See, Roger had a cock spinning like that, huh?
Yeah, he was going real good.
Real nice little cock. Most of the time it worked about 5 to 10 foot deep, but it cranked off a nice 25 footer. Looked really good. That was really the only fairly deep spin it rolled.
Usually with these birds, when they get down this low, they just do a lot of tumbling.
Mm-hmm.
They hard to see nothing else.
Yeah, his birds, like I said, they're developing late this year, he said, but it looked like to me he had some really good potential in there anyway.
These are so hawk. They won't hardly do nothing but tumble because they're afraid a hawk coming in. Because that's about the height that a hawk will come in and hit.
Is that her off and behind now, Rex?
No.
To the side? Well.
And I don't want anything spinning down this low to start with.
Yeah.
They've done lost their control. Oh, did you get that?
Yeah.
Good.
A red checker. I seen that bird spinning earlier today. Looked like it's spinning really nice.
That's the one that's out of the California cross.
Yeah. Jack and Ed?
No,
No.
Joe Keyser bird.
Keyser? Yeah.
For over 2 years. He could ball it up.
Lloyd must have some pretty good stuff because that friend of mine that ordered his birds, he got some pretty nice looking stuff out of them for him.
Yeah, her daddy was out of that Thompson Cup. He's one I think it gets a chance to see how this kid can really work there.
Yeah, maybe
Boy,
later today the wind
on
will
a
get
good
us a little
day,
bit of
I'll tell
breeze.
you they can fly at the smoke. They ain't done nothing. Shoot, I prefer a breeze myself.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't really like a hard blowing wind, but I like a. Well, they look like they spotted something, didn't they?
Thought they did, but I guess they did.
About a 10-mile-an-hour wind is good flying in. That's what I think it works good best when you got a good little breeze. Oh yeah. Hey, you got just a little bit. Trying to work a little bit.
I'm pulling them down real hard.
Well, we'll be here tomorrow morning.
Yeah. Maybe Sunday when I try to get them peaked back up, at get up there and do some cooking. If the hawks leave me alone. Carl's got his freezer down there. His are doing about like that. So it's a little better weather.
Earlier in the week at Carl Hardesty's loft, we got to watch his birds fly a couple of times. Here's a few scenes from that time period.
The middle of the week, and basically what I ended up with was then when I flew them.
You had that break for the weekend.
Yeah, I had that break. If I could have flown them Saturday, I think I'd have had them hot for Sunday. But as it is, like I say, right now I don't have them in very good condition.
I see a really nice little self up there working.
See, I think some of them flights are. See, at one flight with some, they're hanging down a lot lower than what they normally would on a day like today.
I had 4 cookers in my kit yesterday.
Really? I'll tell you what, mine, Mine hit the building. They almost don't even touch their feet on the loft.
And I got one that got down, and I didn't lose any of them.
But I think this is gonna work though, because last year I sure didn't have them ready last year.
Only time will tell.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
We'll find out coming this weekend.
Well, I had them right last year, and like I say, that extra day seemed to really knock it out of them.
Change your routine, you know.
30 minutes. We may get ideal conditions. Do y'all's birds do very good on? I think anybody's in this area is pretty much like that, don't you think, Jerry? Uh-huh. Just a little bit of breeze, wasn't it?
There's one thing good about them cloudy days. You got to hold that arm up the whole time.
Yeah, yeah. I got me some sunbeds, but I don't have one right now. Birds too little. They're not fat like them ones last year. Four of them, huh?
Yeah.
I flew mine at one time.
They had two of them. Well, I had one bird down and was taking another one down at the same time.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Wow.
Gosh, dang. I got there throwing leads left and right.
Front might have brought something down.
Well, see, the air was hell, it was plumb full of buzzards. They were
Yeah,
buzzards
I remember.
everywhere.
I remember some hawks around here when I was flying.
Every little front, you're gonna get a little wave of hawks this time of year until they all get down.
Yeah, so they get settled pretty much.
Let me borrow a cigarette off of you.
Oh,
Set me off, left my dirty pipe and that was good. I thought it worked a little bit anyway, did it? Those are flying.
There was one day here a while back they really looked good, didn't they? Oh, we had one day. There's one of those days that you wish you had 5 camera crews and everybody in the world that you knew there. They were really.
Last Monday.
Well, they were hard. They were hard workers too. Deep and they were both about 40 foot.
That little tiger wing hen, I know she's been hit. She was one of
She
them that
may
hit
have.
yesterday.
Hell, Jerry chased her around the yard. She still wouldn't go up. She wasn't going up.
No, she just,
He wasn't going to make her go up.
With for maybe a month or so. I think sometimes birds spin so fast and so tight that they stretch a muscle.
it almost got me. Damn, that's close.
Woo, that was, Jerry.
Oh.
Another 6 inches over and that'd be.
Whoa.
What is that, about 20 minutes?
About.
Of course, getting to Louisville is half the fun, and earlier in the week, Rex Hawes and I managed to stop by Roger Baker's house. Sure did have a good time seeing Roger and talking birds and doves, and everything else he's got gathered up around there. You sure need to stop by Roger's place someday.
It's sure a pretty morning for flying rollers.
Oh, you telling me? Now that's not the proper height for my birds roll. They get about, about twice that high, then they really let go.
How long since you put that cockbird away, Roger?
3 or 4 days ago. That's all.
He should still be in
good
condition anyway, huh?
Good condition, yeah. I don't think he'll be the first down. Now they get up where they do better. See that already? Well, maybe get out in the field, you might be able to see him better out there.
They stepped off real good that time.
Almost a full buck. Frankly, I don't give a care who they make a turn. What do the Englishmen call it? A turn, I guess, and a bust. But I'd just soon have them act like yo-yos, just like that. That's the one in the center. That was that blue lace thing.
It's back now?
No, it should be trailing right at the bottom right now. Just come out of that. Yeah. There he goes. Yeah. He hit him. They hit each other.
Oh, it was terribly windy. Was it windy here yesterday and the day before?
No,
it was terribly windy down at my place.
I'll be there.
Terrible. I flew a kit and Jim was filming them, and there were several times they came down so low to avoid the wind, Roger. They almost hit us.
Yeah.
They zoomed over our heads just by a couple feet.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. Well, they got to fight the wind. The only way they can do it is by diving.
Getting down low, Frankly,
yeah, that's what doesn't work. It's just no well. It was up when we pump they put in there when we first moved here. That was a little red check there. Now I'll tell you, I did get a real good bird from Bill Schreiber out in Washington. See it when they came down through the center? That was that little blue lace cockbird.
Yeah.
Now the reason I say that, because if people say when you start talking about color, they think, oh, there's a color breeder. He breeds for color instead of roll.
Yeah, and his birds don't roll.
Yeah,
but
that's what they say. But you ask anybody who has anything from me, they're not the best, but they're not the worst.
Oh no.
I've yet to see the best.
I have yet to see the best too. There we go. Yeah, I have yet to see the best too. Although, in one sense of the word, old Rich Krupke in Canton, he's that fellow. You've read about him, no doubt.
Yeah.
Heard of him anyway.
He's dead now, yeah. But he'd have these birds go up almost out of sight, and you could use binoculars and watch them, and they'd spin, 100 foot right straight down, and they'd skip. You see what they do down here, but they don't do their best when they're this low.
No, they don't. You can sure tell they've got some intelligence to them, because when they get lower, they don't want to roll as deep.
Birds have brothers and sisters in the other coops. They're just not coming along as fast as I like them to. I usually have mine spinning at 5 months.
Are these 88 birds, Roger?
Yeah.
Bred
No, I have one old bird in there.
Yeah.
How do you see it open the place down that lean chute? I had a hawk chase one of my doves right in there. Yeah, see, I fly my doves outside too.
Oh, you do?
I can't. I haven't for the last couple of weeks.
Well, I saw that little landing board over there.
Yeah. Oh, yes. I let them out, and they do real well. They stay out all day, and when I go in whistle and get them feed at night, boy, you just see them all go down and gather around.
That's something. I really never knew anybody that free flew their doves.
Oh, yeah, yeah. No, well, I am still quite active, but I'm trying to get out of the dove.
I saw your plaque in there, Texas Dove Association or something.
I judge dove shows too. See, I'm an all breed judge too. Come on, guys. Okay, now that little movement there is the bird's heart. This is a split keel pigeon. I've never seen one before, and I don't expect to see one again. But its keel is connected up there at its breast, just 1/4 of an inch. And then each side of the keel is split, and it goes back to the end here. And it does not affect the bird at all. I never flew it because I didn't want to lose it. But I bred it, and he raised 5 youngsters this last year, and just as good as ever. And he takes his own part in with the cockbirds too.
Mm-hmm.
That's about all.
Go ahead and turn him over, Rex, so we can look at the bird himself.
Nice
It's a
looking
little red grizzle. Just hold him. Red grizzle, white flight here. Just like any other one. Of course, you can tell it's a cockbird by all those flecks in the wing feathers and tail feathers.
That is strange.
I never flew it, but it's out of pretty good stuff.
It feels like it's right below the skin.
Yeah, it is. And that's all it is a little narrow skin. It's protecting that
away right against my finger.
That's right.
That is something. Extraordinary.
Oh, something different.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, they seen him open that door, and they came right through it.
I think that's sweet, but I'm full. Yeah, and they're so tame too. You know, if you don't pay any attention to them, you can walk right through them. You don't pay any attention to them. If you reach down like you're going to pick them up, it's too late. I ain't watch. But if you walk by them, don't bother at all.
Yeah, you fooled them. They thought you was throwing some feed down there.
I know it. There will be a little bit of feed here. I had to winnow some feed the other day.
Well, they come right out of there. You can tell they enjoy getting down and picking their greens on the ground and gravel and stuff, don't they?
And when I feed the pigeons in the evening, I can in there whistle and they just push through those trap doors.
That is something.
And that's the thing about it too, you don't have to train them all. Train the parents and the babies.
Learn from the parents.
Yeah, they follow the parents and like that. Pigeons, you can't do that very well, you know. But doves, you just let them come out there and they win by themselves. You know what winnowing feed is, don't you? I had dirt in the feed, and I put a big fan there, and I drop feed slow but sure, and dirt and all, and the wind blows the dirt out and lets the mino fall through.
Yeah.
So I had to do that here, so I got quite a bit of mino there on the.
Yeah.
So that's what.
Of course, I have to show you guys a little bit of video of Rex Hawes's place. Rex was my traveling companion, and he helped me with the photography. We really had a good time this year at the National Young Bird Show. We hope to be back next year, and I'm sure we'll have a great time then.
This is part of the trip to Louisville, Kentucky this year for 1988. Stopping at Rex Hawes's Shinnery Lofts. Still a week away from the National Young Bird Show. Rex is fixing to put his birds up this morning and see what they do. Yeah, Rex did a real good job on his loft emblem. Did this by hand himself. Looks real nice. Okay, go ahead, Rex.
Okay, I'm gonna fly this older 88 kit this morning. They're jackinet, Snyder, Haas, Cross, they're all mixed. There's about 22 birds in this kit. And like I said, their first round 88 birds are about 6 to 8 months of age right now.
That's that same split tail that went at the.
And that odd wing cock right there, that mixed wing cock is a good spinner too. They're two together.
Good break there. Looked real good. Good break. You're getting kind of low now. Okay, these guys are real low right now. Some of them are cranking. This is a kit that was just up flying. It's one of Rex's kit pins, and he feeds them on the floor, which he scrapes off just about every day. It's got both box perches and V perches in here, and he says the box perches are more efficient for the number of birds he can put on them, but he doesn't mind the V perches. They seem to do the job pretty well. On the inside there is wood lath, is double doors that opens to the inside of his bird pen. Back over in the corner, he's got a milk jug water, which you can see the birds drinking out of now. They work real good and they're pretty clean. It's got box perches on the entire other side. Gives them quite a bit more room. That's a real short one. There he goes. Mixed tail bird. Got off a pretty good roll there.
Pick him this morning, Jim. Believe me, if she wouldn't have made it in that shed, that hawk would have had her. Because they can't, them pigeons can't outfly a hawk, just about. They can out dodge it. They might out dodge it a little bit, but in the long run, they're not going to outfly it.
That's a shocker that went in through there to escape.
Yeah, went right in the shed door. Jim said, one's going in the shed. And I thought, what? They never go in the shed. And Jim said, there was another one right behind it, and it didn't go in. And I walked out there, and that hawk was still just kind of circling around and going off. Jim came out and goes, was that a hawk? And I said, yeah. And he said, well, that's the one I saw that went over the shed.
That did something that followed her in there.
Yeah. He would have, because he may have got the pigeon. Kind of a dirty, dark check, but it's got the check pattern. There he went, a little bit. I said it was too frequent staying the kit, and then I didn't know what happened to her. Who was the other one?
There she went.
There he went.
Yeah. He was right next to her, but I didn't.
Yeah, you was following her, wasn't you?
Yeah.